Okay, so I just wanted to quickly continue the discussion on public schools, the plans that the school systems can and are able to offer you if your child is having some form of difficulty with school or anything that's affecting their ability to have an education. I just want to speak kind of freely, okay? And I just want you to, one, just hear some of my frustration. I'm just going to do a little, not even a rant or vent or whatever, but I just want you guys to hear me when I say this, okay? Now, I completely understand that so many people out there want more for themselves. Remember how I had mentioned to you guys about that movie, Waiting for Superman, where it's kind of a movie documentary about our school systems, the public school systems, the charter school systems, the teaching systems. I ain't trying to get on any of you guys out there who are teachers, bless your heart. However, there's a lot of issues within the school system that are so troubling, and because single mothers out there are some of the biggest people that form those who are living in poverty, or are people who are low income earners. Our poorest people are single mothers who have never been married. So with that statistic, because a lot of single mothers out there, we are raising children, we want more. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but let me just generalize a little bit. Okay, hear me out here. Women, mothers, we want more, a better opportunity for our children. We want quality education for our children, but the school systems that we have available to us are not adequate enough to actually promote or put out positive results. Now, within that movie, they even kind of talk about, there used to be this kind of theory that the communities, urban communities, or just the community is what was failing our school systems. Because I'm telling you, schools these days look like the same people who posted out front of the corner store and the liquor store are the same ones who's posted outside of the schools. Now, these are what our schools are looking like. However, the argument is now kind of flip-flopped, where it's not the community that's failing the schools, it's the schools that are failing the community. Our children are going into these settings where you have staff members, you have teachers, some teachers who don't even want to teach. Okay, some teachers who are demeaning and degrading to our children. We are sending our children to these facilities that are built and created to teach, nurture, and build these successes, when the majority of our school systems, the majority of our public schools do not yield proficient children. Many of our children who are going to these schools are not proficient in math. They're not proficient in reading. And many of the schools, the large majority do not graduate. The large majority of these kids are not going to four-year colleges. So let me just say this, especially to my women out there who are mothers, okay? Don't, let me just let y'all know here. I'm not reading from the book of perfect parenting, okay? So don't look at me like I know everything that I'm talking about here, okay? I'm telling you guys like I tell myself. When I find information that I find is valuable, I'm gonna let you guys know, okay? Now, I went to public school, and 20 some odd years ago, or not 20 some odd years, I'm almost 30, but it was different than what it is now. And the schools, let me tell you, it's easier to take away a lawyer's license or a doctor's license before you can take away the credentials of a teacher who has been deemed a bad teacher, okay? When I watched that movie and they said only 1 in 2,500 teachers actually lose their teaching credential, which basically lets me know that a doctor who is practicing improper medicine or doing, they take that oath and they say, okay, I'm going to do my own thing with it. It's easier to get rid of them than somebody who's actually teaching our babies. Now, that was crazy to me. Okay, these teachers have these contracts where basically they have this tenure, which basically says after 2 years you can't even fire them. They damn near have to be touching your kid or doing something sexual before you can actually get them fired. So they can talk to your kid damn near any kind of way. They could be sitting there reading a newspaper the whole school session, so that is something to keep in mind. Also, let me talk to my mothers out there, okay? Young mothers, old mothers, whatever, okay? You got to be old school. My mom told me this. She says half the time when that door closes, you don't know what's going on in that classroom. Do pop-ups, okay? Don't just do pop-ups for the sake of your child to see what they're doing. You need to be checking out what that teacher's doing. You need to be checking out what the staff is doing. You just need to sit back and watch and see what's going on, because it is your right to know what is going on at your child's school. It is your right to let the teacher know if you feel like your child is not receiving adequate education. Now, for me, I feel like my biggest frustration is not the fact that I am getting called because my child is acting out. What I find the biggest frustration for me is that it has already been acknowledged that I have an exceptional child who is extremely bright and intelligent, and yet the focus is not on her being educated. The focus is on, oh, well, she keeps making these comments and having these outbursts in class, which makes it difficult for me to teach. That's your job. Okay? Now, I don't say this to just any old body, but you know what? I couldn't be a teacher because I couldn't have the responsibility on my shoulders of teaching 20, 30 children. You know what I'm saying? Quality education. It's hard enough for just one. That's why I would never choose that route for myself. But if you say you're going to be a teacher, you need to look at yourself and say, am I doing my job? Am I doing my job? Do I go home at night, lay down on my pillow, and feel confident that I am empowering these children, that I am educating these children, that I am making these children feel valuable, that I'm making them feel competent and confident within their abilities to be whatever it is that they want to be? Because let me just let you know, a lot of the children, especially not just public school systems, but just, our urban communities, with the public school systems, a lot of these children are coming from troubled homes. So sometimes the school is the only place that can be a very safe place for these children to go to, and a lot of the public school systems are doing absolutely nothing but compounding the problem. So you got a child coming from a household that's broken and already feeling low, and then they go into a setting where they're basically told that they're worth absolutely nothing and I can't waste my time with you. So women, not just women who are mothers, but anybody who has family members with small school-age children, it is important, going back to that African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. We need to make sure, not just for our own, but for all children there, that they are in a safe, nurturing environment where they are able to learn. It's like reach one, teach one. I need to make sure these children are getting what they deserve. And I feel like we have to acknowledge the responsibility of the parent. As parents, we need to do our part, and sometimes we need to go ahead and ruffle some feathers, because sometimes we just want to, I don't want to do too much, or better yet, we're focusing on the things that are not that important. We need to make sure that we're getting our child educated. So I'm a little, I'm real irritated with what's going on right now, which is part of the reason why I have not been on my video game on the YouTube. But at the same time, I feel like this is important enough where I can share it with you guys as far as what is going on with me. So any of you guys who might be going through something similar, or possibly encourage or empower some of you guys to maybe further or start advocating for your child in a way that maybe you haven't been doing it before. You know, sometimes you got to do that paperwork and do it the right way. You know, can't just go up in the office wrecking up shop. We need to be like, oh, okay, I see how you want to do. Because after I start putting in my paperwork, please believe that school is on a time crunch. They need to do things within a timely manner. They have so long to do things. They have so many days, 5 days, 15 days to process things. If things are not done, if they're not corresponding in a timely manner, superintendent. Okay? Because that lets you know what type I am. All right? So anyway, I'm not going to go any further with that. I wanted to just kind of speak freely, candidly with you guys about the school system, about the importance of your presence at your child's school, and as well as the importance of just all of us being involved if we have small school age children within our family. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys real soon. I look forward to any of you guys who would like to do video responses. I read all of your comments, so I look forward to all of them, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Keep it real. Bye.